Okay, today on Omni Garage we have Yum's wheel foam here. So this is the latest innovation within the wheel cleaning regimen. Wheel foam was developed from the ground up with a full 12-month development cycle in which you're going to find a host of special surfactants, degreasers and special emulsifiers in here to give you the highest experience possible of cleaning your wheels. Yum's vision when creating this product was to create the highest foam clinging and deep cleaning capabilities possible, and they've done just that. This product boasts the longest cling time of any premium cleaners, and it provides the best lubrication and cleaning properties available. Now, I've just read the back of the bottle there, so we're going to have to test some of these claims here because we're boasting the longest cling time and the best lubrication and cleaning properties available. So that's what Yum claim. Here at Omni Garage, we're going to put it to the test today. We have a Range Rover Velar behind us here, and it's dirty. It is dirty. These wheels, look at that. They're well in need of a deep clean. Now, something that we like to do here at Omni Garage when we clean wheels is we like to obviously foam on the wheel, the product that we're using, but we also like to have a bucket made up. And a lot of people make up a bucket and don't put any water in it. So they just have like their wheel tools in there and they rinse off the tools as they go. We're a little bit different. We like to actually have water in our wheel cleaning bucket so we can rinse off directly into the bucket, which is really handy for things like our foam mitts. So we're gonna try wheel foam. The dilution of this, Yum recommend 200 ml of product to 800 ml in your foam cannon. And they say that that can last for weeks in there as well. So it's obviously fine to leave that mixed up in the foam cannon. You don't get any diminishing foam results. But we're going to have to test it today. We'll put some in the bucket, some in the foam cannon, and we'll get these wheels cleaned up. So we're just going to make up 100 ml of the mixture in here, and then we'll top that up with 400 of water. We don't quite need that full mixture. We don't want it sitting here for weeks on end. We want to use this today. So we go. So we've got 100 ml of product, and then one of the nice things about this too is actually the cap that it comes with. So it's like one of these little pop top, squeezable. And what we find, given that we've actually used quite a bit of the product in there, so this is not our first test of this. Where's our bucket? It's over here. So as we said, we make our bucket up, all our wheel tools in there. We'll just put just a couple of squirts in there. We'll do three big squirts. I don't know how many mils that is. We will agitate that, so we'll kind of make the Lobo Cosmetica cappuccino in the bucket, get that to foam up, fill up this foam cannon, and spray down a wheel. So the way that we're going to clean these wheels today, we are going to foam, rinse, foam. They're quite dirty, so we're just going to spray the wheel foam on there without doing any pre-rinse, and just have a look at the cleaning power of it. We might do a couple of little tests here. The whole idea here is to just start breaking down some of the dirt and the grime on here. This is a high pH, and supposedly we'll get some really good clinging power on here. So let's find out. So we're just going to allow that to dwell on the wheel there, probably 2 or 3 minutes. Like our conditions today, it's warm, it's about 22 degrees Celsius, but we're overcast, so we haven't got direct sunlight, so we can leave this for a bit longer. And what I want to see on this wheel here is just this wheel foam start to break away this dirt, with the whole idea that I want this wheel to be really easy to clean when I come in with my tools. So I'm going to let that sit for about 2 minutes, and then we'll rinse it away.
And I guess the longer the dwell time without that foam and stuff disappearing, that means that the longer it has to break down that dirt and grime and all that crap that's stuck to the wheel, etc. And so what we typically find with wheel cleaners is that when you sort of spray them on, they dwell for a few seconds or so, and then they sort of disappear. And I feel like the whole ability of that chemical to break it down, it sort of disappears really quickly. Like I feel like the process happens really prematurely, and it's all done, and there's actually been no cleaning being done. So a product that can stick to the wheel and really spend that time to do that, I feel like really helps out. So a product like this with a good clean time that we're slowly sort of seeing should help aid that. Now, this is just their wheel foam. They do make a specific wheel cleaner that you would probably spray on, and then you could foam over the top to help enhance that breakdown time, but we haven't got that product. We're just sort of using their wheel foam, which I would say would be slightly less aggressive than their actual wheel cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind the wheels on this car, although they are dirty, they are not like neglected. So it's been about a month since this car was washed, so we don't have like heavy brake dust that's built up on there over a period of years, you're probably going to want to use a really aggressive wheel
And these
cleaner
wheels
if you do
are
with those.
ceramic coated as well, so
Correct.
that's also going to help. But yeah, dwell time is really important. So if you were in like direct sunlight and it was extremely hot outside, then that's going to affect the ability of products like this to dwell. That's going to shorten your dwell period. If you're in really cold climates, maybe an overcast day, not in direct sunlight, then you're going to have a long dwell period.
I mean, look at that. That's not even moving on the centre cap area there.
We have
Slowly
seen
moving around this area.
We have seen that it's sort of lost its cling to the top end of the spokes here, but all on the tyre here, the mud guard, and to the barrels to some degree is still on there. So I would say the cling time of this product is pretty good, and it's sort of around that area of like what we used to use like a brake buster. So I really do think that the industry has woken up to this sort of technique, this wash technique sort of implemented by Ivan LaCroix of a sort of a chemical rinse chemical or a foam rinse foam, and so that's the method we were applying here, where we've put the chemical on, we've put the wheel foam on, let it dwell, we're going to rinse, we're going to spray some more wheel foam on, and then we're going to get into our contact wash. And the whole idea of that is to let that chemical do as much work as possible before we come into contact. As soon as you start to come into contact with a lot of dirt and grime there, then you're going to have the potential of doing marring and scratching and doing some damage. And so I know that Reggie Cox from Labo Cosmetical also talks about this, and one of his sort of 4 pillars of detailing he talks about is having really good dwell time. And
is one of his pillars of detailing always make the cappuccino?
no, it's not.
No, but we should do that.
But one of them is time, right? And one of them is dwell time. So the longer we can have more dwell time, then the better. Let that chemical really work. But yes, he does talk about, because well, this isn't an Italian product, this is a UK-based made product, and so they have horrible coffee in the UK, by the way. I spent 3 months there and I couldn't find a decent coffee. But in Italy, they make the cappuccino, so you've always got to make the cappuccino according to Reggie Cox. And so we're in New Zealand, where everyone likes to order these massive drinks with, I call them coffee-flavoured milkshakes.
That's what they are. Lattes, cappuccinos.
Yeah, so get on
lattes.
Get on,
lattes.
Get on there and make the cappuccino, okay?
Really? Here we go, cappuccino made.
Cappuccino made, and now I reckon it's time to rinse that wheel down and get into your contacts.
So I wonder if we just do a little test there. My hands are clean now. So we do have dirt, but goodness, it's done a really good job at breaking down a lot of it. Because if I did that wipe prior to
Well, it started to emulsify it, right?
It has. It's done a really good job there.
So I think now's a good point to say, do I think that this wheel cleaner or this wheel foam is a strong wheel cleaner? No. Do I think it helps aid in the process? I think a product like this is really important. So this is not a strong wheel cleaner, and if you were cleaning really dirty wheels, you would want to ramp it up into something that's slightly more aggressive. But where this product is really helpful, and it's an area that Glenn and I are trying to experiment with, is having a wheel-based dedicated shampoo. And the whole idea of that is to work in the bucket with the tools, but also so that we can then foam over the top a really aggressive wheel cleaner, so that we get that sort of double effect. Heaps of dwell time with our aggressive cleaner, and also a little bit of lubrication when we're coming into the cleaning process. So this is what we're trialing here, and I think, yeah, it's done a reasonable job at getting some dirt broken down and things like that, started that process. But this is really in, I guess, aiding the lubrication during the wash cleaning process. And so that's where you would use this primarily. You would use that in combination with a strong wheel cleaner, or you would use it in a fashion where the wheels were already clean, like a quick maintenance wash, for example.
So we've got foam, rinse, and we're going to foam again. And now we can start to agitate the wheels using some of the tools we've got in the bucket here. And if you haven't seen one of our wheel cleaning videos before, we actually have a couple of videos on the channel which go through our full wheel cleaning process, which as you can tell today, evolves over time as we try new techniques and new products as well. Start with the easy detail. This is one of those products that we have had for a long time. So handy to get in your barrels, all of your arches. I find they probably last, what, 3-4 years before they start to get a little bit brittle.
It gets quite weak at that point where the bristles start in the end of the handle. I think it's like a, you know, it's like a little wire.
Yeah.
It's been looped around and twisted, but it's a weak point of the brush, and it just gets flimsy over time. But yeah, I think it's relatively cheap, inexpensive tool. The beauty of it is that it can, I guess, those bristles actually collapse down to a real small diameter, and so if you've got really tight clearances, or you've got large brake calipers, or you've got tight spokes, that brush actually gets into it. But also it's expanded enough that if you had wide spokes like this wheel does, you can get into it. So it's like a wheel, or it's more of a barrel brush that actually is quite versatile, yeah? And Glenn's just forgot that he needs to put on some high-vis finger protectors, because he'll get in trouble from Ivan if he hasn't.
Yeah, Ivan will not be happy. Although
look how bright those.
I'm not awfully happy with these gloves.
Hey, I'm just trialing it. I just went out the other day and I bought some gloves because Glenn said buy gloves. So
yeah.
I was like, oh, you know what? Let's just try the orange, see what you like. See,
you know what? The beauty about this as well is I can muck around because the foam is clinging to the wheel.
Yeah, it's still on there.
Whereas I know if this was brake buster we'd sprayed on here, this would be gone by now.
Yeah, I find that when you start to introduce water as well to the wheel, it sort of starts to collapse the foam and the foam starts to disappear. And then you're having to like do a reapplication halfway around the wheel cleaning process. And I don't necessarily like that either. So,
do you know what? There's a claim that this is slick. Now, a little bit jaded because this is a ceramic coated wheel, but this does feel slick. Like now I've just got this little brush on it. It definitely feels nice. Ceramic coating definitely plays into it though. These are actually really easy wheels to clean as well.
Yeah, they're like a nice spoke that's like...
that is so slick. Sorry for interrupting here, but
yeah.
Goodness, that is slick.
Yeah?
That is really nice. Sorry, you can carry on.
Those spokes are a nice sort of separation where you can actually get your hand around each of them. Like some of the other Range Rover models, like our old Range Rover, had like a big gap spoke with a real narrow spoke. You really like those wheels, but I hate cleaning.
Yeah, I like those 22s. I mean, you've got 22s now, but I like those 22s from the old range. We're struggling here, aren't we? Look at this thing.
That mitt needs to go,
It needs to go. It's got a big hole through there. I won't tell you where this mitt is from, but it's not the one we used to use, and it needs to go.
No, we need to go back to our old supplier of those.
Alright, now I guess final step here. We don't necessarily need to show you this. We've got some secret sauce that we'll put on the tyres to clean these. Actually, if you want to stay tuned to know what we're going to put on these tyres to clean them, to undress them and dress them, check out a video next week. We'll have a video on that, so we'll tease that today. We're going to clean these right now off camera, but on camera for next week's video. You're not seeing it in this video.
Yeah?
No. Next week.
Next week?
Next week.
Okay. Rinse away.
We're all clean. Now, I can't really do a finger test on there, can I, anymore? Because I've got the gloves on.
Do you want me to do it, sir?
I think that would be great, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'll hold on to the camera.
Alright, so you'll do the camera.
I'll do the camera instead of my hands. Nothing. Cling time. Cling time is fantastic on this. I mean, they made the claim on the back of the bottle that we read out at the start of the video around the cling time, and it definitely doesn't disappoint there. We left that on for 5+ minutes when we did the first foam and the foam rinse foam process, and I mean, yeah, a couple of spokes here it started to dip away from, but everything else it clung to it. Absolutely fantastic.
In terms of lubrication, I think that is quite subjective. I mean, I don't know how you would say one's more lubricious than the other. I mean, this is our first ever wheel foam, or our first ever sort of wheel soap that we've used. There is another one out there, that Garage Therapy. We do have that coming, so we will be trying that to put this head to head. But yeah, how do you think it worked?
It was slick. It was definitely slick. So yeah, we can't compare it against another product, but it was slick. So there you go. That is our first test on camera of Yumcar's wheel foam. Now, this is not a sponsored video. Well, in fact it is. It's sponsored by us. We, Omni Garage, paid for this product ourselves. So, views completely our own, not influenced in any way, shape or form at all. So those are our quick thoughts and impressions using the Yum wheel foam. Now, foamed fantastically, the cling time was great as well, and it was really, really slick in my experience on the ceramic coated wheel here. So your results may vary depending on if you've got ceramic coating on your wheel or not, but I think this is a really good contender to add. Well, it's not really add into our process. Well, it is. It's adding into our process. At the moment,
typically what we would use is we just use our normal wash shampoo in the bucket.
Neutral. We use a pH neutral.
So it's an area that we're trialing. We do have quite a few other wheel cleaning based products that sort of fit this category. So first impressions, not too bad, but we will put it to head with a couple of others and see if that's something that we're going to sort of buy and add to our detailing shop, and see if that's really going to help our cleaning process.
Yeah, typically what we do when we introduce something new to the process like this, we go all out and we end up buying like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 products in the categories. So that's probably where we're heading to next, is going, now, given that we've only tried one, this is what we deem to be the best bucket kind of based wheel foam. So it'll be up to any other products in the market to kick this out of the process. So if there's anything that you suggest that we check out, we're happy to buy it, ship it here to New Zealand and test it out for you guys on video. Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.